Hello, Gregg Sueur for online tennis instruction. Do you struggle with hitting a kick serve despite trying different ideas and different drills? Most club players have a weak second serve, and having a good, solid kick serve can be a real game changer. In today's free video, and as well as the next two videos to follow, I'm going to help you to get started on developing a great kick serve. Now, what a lot of players don't realize that there are certain serve fundamentals you have to have in place in order to successfully work through kick serve progressions. So today I'm going to show you the most common fundamentals that absolutely need to be in place in order to hit a great kick serve. Now, the most common problem I see when players try to execute a kick serve is not turning enough and not staying sideways enough at contact. Now, why that's important is when you turn and you're more sideways, it allows you to swing from more left to right up to contact, which is really critical and necessary for generating the right kind of spin to get the serve to kick. If you don't turn enough, then what happens is very difficult to swing from left to right. But I'm going to show you in super slow motion and demonstrate what I mean by swinging from left to right and staying sideways. So over to the right we have the kick serve, and we're going to compare it on the left hand side to a typical first serve. Now, if you take a look at the position of the racket here, on the left hand side for the typical first serve, notice how it's more aligned with the right side of my body. Now I'm going to swing more directly up to contact. Now let's compare that to the kick serve, and if you notice the position of my racket, it's more to the left of my body. That's going to allow me to swing from left to right up to contact, as we'll see here. So notice how the racket takes more of an arcing left to right motion up to contact. Now let's look at that again, and let's compare the two swing paths simultaneously, and you'll notice on the kick serve in this position how I've turned a lot more and my chest is pointing more towards the right. This is going to help facilitate the left to right arcing swing path which we see with the kick serve. Now, getting back to the body position, if we compare the two at contact, you'll see how on the kick serve I'm more sideways. We can tell this by looking at the shoulder position and also the position of the hips. Once again, by turning more and being more sideways at contact, that facilitates the ability to swing from left to right to generate the spin needed for the kick serve. Let's take a look at that again. Now notice the two different finishes. And if we take a look at the typical first serve, see how the finish is more into the court, whereas for the kick serve, it's more along the baseline. Again, demonstrating the left to right swing path. Now if we observe the bounce on the far side, notice for the kick serve how the ball is going to bounce to the right, and also it's going to bounce a lot higher. So by turning more, it allows me to swing from more left to right up to contact, resulting in a ball which bounces higher and also bounces to the right. So you would have noticed in the slow motion video how on the kick serve the swing path is more from left to right and it finishes out towards the side fence. Now, the reason a lot of players struggle with staying sideways is they don't have the confidence or lack the confidence in knowing that despite the fact they're swinging away from the target, the ball is still going to go in the direction of the string. So even if I swing this way, what's important is where the strings are pointing. So what happens is they don't trust it. So they start off right, but then they want to follow the ball towards their target, and you'll see what happens, how it pulls the swing path and the racket into the court, which makes it almost impossible to hit a good kick serve. Also, what will happen, because they're trying to follow the ball, they may drop this left arm, this tossing arm, and that will cause the shoulders to open up too early. And again, together with the head and the shoulders, that pulls the swing path into the court, which again makes it very difficult, or if not impossible, to hit a good kick serve. So let's take a look at a drill that's going to help you to develop the confidence in the left to right swing path. That's also going to help you to stay sideways. So my goal for this drill is, number one, develop confidence in the fact that even though I'm swinging away from my target, I still get the ball to go in. So I'm going to try to get the ball to go inside the service box on the ad side. So I'm going to start in this position, what we call the racket drop, and I'm going to swing in the direction to my right, to the court next to me. And I'm going to try not to, pronate or do any extra movements just yet. Now keep in mind, when you're working on the serve, particularly the kick serve, it can put extra strain on your arm. So just make sure you're nicely warmed up and you're doing things correctly. Right, so I'm going to start right here in the racket drop, and I'm going to swing in that direction, and let's see where the ball goes. So you see, even though I swung in that direction, the ball still went in. The reason behind that is my strings were pointing in that direction. All right, so I'm going to keep doing this. And the way I've positioned myself, I can clearly see where the swing is going. It's going in that direction, and yet the ball is going to my left inside the service box. And now when I do that, I'm really trying to catch the edge of the ball, right? So if you find that the ball is possibly going to the court over to your right, just know that you probably changed the angle of the racket face. And if you're struggling with this drill, do a lot of shadow swings. Try to find the angle that will have the strings pointing towards your target. That's what's key. It's where the strings point. So try and find that angle, shadow swing it, and then try the drill again. So it's really important that you can see this, where the swing's going, and also see where the ball is going. Now we realize that you may want to give this drill a try. However, you may not be able to get onto a tennis court, so you can adapt it. You can do it at home. You may be able to do it out in your yard. What I've done here is I've just hung an old blanket over the support for my garage door. Someone sent me an email recommending serving into a clothesline, something I don't have, but this is something you could easily set up if you don't have a big area outside. But I'm going to try the drill. I'm going to first do a couple of shadow swings here, and notice the direction of where my racket is moving. It's moving towards that corner. And I'm going to do this, and notice how the ball is going to go straight ahead. And let's try it again. So hopefully by doing that drill, it will start to give you the confidence where it's kind of a mind bender that you're swinging way to the right of your target, but yet you're still getting the ball to go straight ahead.